Hey, how's it going, fight fans? Welcome to mindforcombat. If you're new to the channel, my name is Rohan, and this is my platform where I do fight sports related content. If you're new here, why don't you help me grow my platform? All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, maybe hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a video. With that said, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the upcoming women's fight on the UFC Fight Island card, which is the rematch between Jessica Andrade and Rose Namajunas. Now, this is a very, very fun fight, and it's very important in the division as well. The winner of this could potentially be lined up for a shot at Wai Zhang. Certainly if it's Rose, I think she gets the title shot. And this is a very important rematch because the last time this fight happened, it was for a world title. It's Rose's last fight actually, and she hasn't fought since then. And Jessica Andrade walked away with a world championship on her shoulders to show for a victory. And it was a very interesting fight. I mean, going into that fight, I don't know if you saw my prediction or how long you've been around on my channel, but I predicted that Rose was going to lose to Jessica Andrade, and I predicted that Jessica Andrade's size, or her strength, not necessarily size, would be the biggest factor. And that's exactly how it played out. Now, despite the fact that Jessica Andrade was able to utilize her strength in that fight to be able to win just like I thought she would, I don't come into this fight confident that she's going to win. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because she walked away with the win after I thought she was going to win. She's the one that has fought again since, but I'm not confident she gets the win. And this is a very important fight for both ladies. Obviously, for Rose, she's got a potential title opportunity against Wai Zhang, a stylistically good matchup for her in the wake of this fight. So it's very interesting. With that said, let's break this down. Both of these ladies are very young ladies in their physical prime of their fighting career. Jessica Andrade is still only 28 years old, and Rose Namajunas is still only 27 years old. These are two young ladies that are fighting in the prime of their career. Jessica Andrade is vastly more experienced than Rose, with a record of 20 wins and 7 losses, whereas Rose is 8 wins and 4 losses. But Rose has been there in the UFC main event in fighting in the Ultimate Fighter. She's won world championships. She's been there in huge cards. She fought Andrade. She's a very experienced fighter, and this is not going to be a difficult position for her to be in terms of experience. They're well matched when it comes to that. What's interesting is that Rose will enjoy a nice bit of height advantage over her, standing at 5'5" inches tall, whereas Jessica Andrade stands at 5'1.5" inches tall. So that makes her 3.5 inches taller than her, and she should look to utilize that. And I have no doubt that she will. She certainly did in her last fight. She also enjoys a nice bit of reach advantage with a 65-inch reach as opposed to Jessica Andrade's 62-inch reach. So that gives her a 3-inch reach advantage over Jessica Andrade. Now, what's interesting about this fight, what we saw last time, is that stylistically this fight kind of suits Rose because Jessica Andrade is a brawler. She's kind of a tank. She's very strong. She likes to slam people. She slams Rose. But on the feet, she throws wild lunging hooks, kind of like John Lineker used to. Not used to, he still does, but like John Lineker, and she hits hard. She's powerful. She's very strong. She relies on her chin to be able to take shots and be able to push through. Whereas Rose, she's more of a technically precise striker. She utilizes her boxing well. She's got good kicks as well. And as we saw in the Joanna fight, she can fight technically smooth, prolonged, barring any mental lapses for 25 minutes, no problem. So that's what's interesting. Some of their key wins. Now, of course, Jessica Andrade has been around in the UFC for a long, long time, fighting all the way up at 135, where she beat the likes of, Raquel Pennington, who's a former title contender, and that's a win not to be scoffed at. That's a very, very impressive win. She's also beaten the likes of Rose Namajunas previously. Of course, that's an important win to note into this. She's beaten Angela Hill, who's a good fighter. She's beaten Karolina Kowalkiewicz, which is a good win, and she's of course knocked out. She beat Jojo Calderwood. She dominated her in coming down to 115 as well. She's been around for a while, and she's a tank of a fighter. Rose has beaten Andrade not once but twice. That's an incredible feather in her cap. And then of course she's beaten the likes of Michelle Waterson and Paige Van Zandt as well, which are good, credible wins. For issues when we're looking at Jessica Andrade, I think she's very predictable in what she's going to be doing. As we saw last time, Rose can easily outstrike her. That's going to be a big issue coming into this fight. Her wildness is going to play against her, in my opinion. And for Rose, the biggest issue that comes into this fight, or any fight when it comes to Rose Namajunas, is her mental state. What mental state is she in coming into this fight? Is she there? Is she ready? Is she in a good place to be fighting? How is the previous loss going to have impacted her coming into this fight? How does she feel? The biggest X factor for Jessica Andrade is going to be her strength and her ability to slam Rose when Rose tries to get into those grappling exchanges or those, those poorly decided armbar attempts or whatever it is that she tries to do. That's not necessarily going to be a good move against Jessica Andrade, particularly before the 4th or 5th round. And for Rose, her biggest X factor is going to be her clean, smooth, polished striking that she demonstrated in her last fight. She enjoys that advantage over Jessica Andrade with. Let's get into the prediction. As we saw in the last fight, I think that Rose is going to light her up on the feet again. And where this fight gets interesting is when the fight gets taken down. When the fight gets taken down, I think Rose actually enjoys a grappling advantage. The difference is that she is not physically anywhere as strong as Jessica Andrade is, and that's going to be the biggest problem. If she's to go for the submissions, she has to be mature enough to know when to let go of those, when to go purely defensive and move away from the offensive submission attempts to, catch her fall, for example, if she's being slammed, or try and fight her way back onto her feet so that she can go and start doing damage again. She was able to do so much damage on the feet against Jessica Andrade that I'm actually confident that she's going to be able to easily outstrike Jessica Andrade coming into this fight. That said, that means that I'm almost portraying it as though Jessica Andrade's got no chance in this, but that's not the case. Jessica Andrade hits hard. She's obviously got a previous win over Rose in their most recent fight, which wasn't that long ago. She can slam her and KO her again. She might just hit Rose flush on the chin. She hit so hard she might KO her, but for the balance of probability, and as analysing the fight based on their technical skill sets, I have to imagine that Rose is going to keep this fight standing. I have to imagine she's going to have learned from her previous mistakes. I have to imagine that the gaps in their striking won't have been filled in this short period of time, and that Rose has gotten better in this period of time. She's coming into this fight. I have to imagine that she's in a good mental state. Everything there considered, that tells me, having watched the last fight, that even though the fact that I picked Jessica Andrade last time and she won, in this fight I'm going with Rose Namajunas to use her striking to outstrike Jessica Andrade, stay composed for the 15 minutes of the fight, and be able to get the win back on her resume, and go and fight Weili Zhang in what will be an incredibly exciting fight at Women's 115. Anyway, fight fans, that's my prediction. For my official prediction, I'm going with Rose Namajunas to get the win. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you're new to the channel, to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Comment below, let me know what you thought about my breakdown. Let me know how you think this fight's going to go. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, I'm Rohan, and this is Mindful Combat.